Okay folks, it's a cracker of a sunny day out there. It's been a bit cool to start the day, as it usually is now, and now it gets really hot. I think it's going to be like 25 degrees today. Makes it really difficult with my clothing arrangements, but you've heard me whinge about that, I'm sure, that I don't have a car to throw my stuff in, which is a real pain in the ass. But, you know, you get that. This is the last set of videos on my micro SD card, and I've got to get a new one. Probably do that sometime tomorrow or maybe on Saturday. Don't know when. But I've got to do some uploading first. Got more uploading from my last demo set that I haven't done yet. Haven't uploaded yet. I've uploaded it to YouTube, but not all the other social media sites that I normally would. Okay, let's see how we got. I found this. I think it was on the side of the footpath or the road. Just a cut and torn piece of photograph of some child. Let's see how we go with it, folks. I actually think a negative mode would be better with this. Normally would. Actually, I'm not touching that. I'm going to utilise this. Yeah, the black tone is probably going to run out soon. It's not gone low yet. Hopefully it won't for a while. Yeah, that's come up looking quite interesting. Unfortunately, yeah, we've got that edge there, and this is a bit too far down, I do think, because that's the edge of the page. It looks shit house, folks. I'm going to have to move that up a bit. Oh, whatever, folks. Forgot to set a actually that's just right, that's just at the bottom there. I just have to overlap somehow along that edge. That'll be a little bit tricky. I'm just going to overlap it like so. Hopefully that'll work. Background colour, that's what I was meant to set, a background colour. Maybe that will end up blending with all that skin tone. So we need something that's a little bit different from the skin tone. I actually think maybe we'll go green. Yeah, and now we've lifted it up a bit too far, and we've got the bottom of the image, which looks shit house, but we might actually utilise, yeah, I think going to make a copy of that anyway, so we're just going to put it back where we had it, I do think. Maybe. So we're just going to put it like so, like the way we had it. Yeah, we still got, shit, I just bumped something. Sorry, folks. This is looking like we're going to have to lift it up anyway. Push it down a bit. Do wonder how this is going to look. Going to put it on dot matrix and see what happens. I'm going to take this off, and I'm just going to put it here in case we're going to need it. I'm going to utilise that as our master copy. So yeah, we're just going to push this up on the edge. We're going to make that look really nice, hopefully. Yeah, looks interesting. I don't like the colour of that. I think the green looks shit house when it's turned this to that horrible, horrible maroon colour. And I think the dot matrix is not doing it any justice anyway, in this case. So I'm going to have to rethink how I'm doing this just a little bit. Maybe not have the negative image. I think we're just going to stick it on positive. Yeah, it looks interesting. The green looks a bit sickly, I must say. It looks more yellow than green. I do wonder, we have that on the dot matrix setting and it still doesn't look like it's really done much, but that kid does look a bit shithouse. Maybe a little bit less on the vertical, on the horizontal, should I say. It's not the nicest image, I must say. It's not looking as nice as I'd like it to. Fuck that. I'm sick of this user interface. It can be a real pain in the ass. At times, the way that it works, it's sort of shit. It's just a gimmick. The user interface, the way it works, is just a gimmick. It's not something that's really practical or useful or exciting. The way the photocopier industry has gone has become so caught up in nothing more than smoke and mirrors and bullshit kind of advertising crap and anything but an actual good outcome of the product. Really, it does. It gives me the absolute annoyances. You've no doubt, if you've been watching my videos, you've heard me go off the fucking deep end, getting really frustrated with the way things are and the way the industry is and the way the people of the industry don't seem to have a fucking care about how the design is executed and how user-friendly it is to the end user and how practical it is. It's really quite annoying the way the industry is all about money, making a quick dollar at the expense of functionality. And this has gone more of an orange rather than, I was hoping to make it look more green, like the green we had. I'm going to move it the other way. It's so counterintuitive, this technology, these features. However much we get frustrated with the fact that they use legacy software instead of new software, pretty much. The only thing new about it, as I was saying, is the way it operates, the way it feels, and it's quite a clumsy feel, a gauche sort of a feel to it. But basically, you don't have anything new. Like, people are all, at the moment, talking about artificial intelligence and how it's infiltrating heaps of industries, including the music industry. But the comment I have here is that the photocopier industry has been very, very slow and tardy in taking it up. That's more green. And then they've just not really... The photocopier industry seems to be one of the few industries that doesn't seem to have any vested interest in this technology. And while this technology has got certain scary ramifications potentially, it could also make a difference in making photocopiers a lot more easier to use. You can have more features and more versatility without necessarily sacrificing the user experience of simplicity. And really, this usability, we've got to have both usability and simplicity, and the only way we can have that is to incorporate AI into the future design of photocopiers. And the photocopier industry is just so recalcitrant in that. They're not taking it on. They're not doing anything useful significantly, and it's really quite annoying to see it go behind. But what can I do? I'm just a fucking user. But I'm not going to let that be forever. I'm going to take it over, folks. I'm going to take over the photocopier industry by storm one day, folks. I'm not going to let my current disability stop me from having a go at it, folks. I'm not going to let my disability, I'm not going to let my socio-economic lowliness stop me from having a future. I do want to make a huge difference to the way things are deployed in the industry, and the industry may not be terribly happy with what I'm proposing, but I don't have any fucking care about that. I don't care what they think anymore. I don't care if I'm stepping on some rich people's toes. I don't care, folks. I couldn't give a flying fuck. I couldn't give a stuff. They don't like it. That's their problem. They're not doing their job properly. Well, fuck them. They're not doing their job. And if they're not doing their job, they shouldn't have the job in the first place. They shouldn't, folks. They shouldn't be allowed to they shouldn't be allowed to, folks. They shouldn't have the job. That's not their fucking job. Their job is to do it right. And if they're not doing it right, well, why are they doing their fucking job and they're doing it so badly? I ask them that question, the bitches. The sluts. They're sluts. They're evil-doing sluts. They don't care about the environment or the planet. They focus on changing the hardware and making little trivial changes to the software that make it more clumsy and ungainly. And basically, they're polluting our planet with more hardware waste, because this waste, this electronics, becomes what's known so well as e-waste. And these bitches behave as if e-waste doesn't exist, the fuckwits. No, they do. And they're stupid. They're fucking dumb. And they don't get it. They don't want to get it. They just want to make an obscene profit on the fucking back of our planet and the back of humanity. These machines are stupid. They're dumb. You know, the man behind this company, Shai Yamana, he should be ashamed of himself. And the thing is, people like myself currently don't have a say in how this industry is run. You know, I don't have a say in it, folks. I don't have a fucking say. And yet the industry just goes on day after day, day in, day out, making a fucking obscene profit and not doing anything useful and profitable for the environment or the human race as a whole. And the only people that benefit are the fuckwits, like Shai Yamana. And I just get so annoyed, folks. I just get so fucking angry, and I just don't know what can I do to fuck it up, to fuck up these bitches, to really make a mess of their revenue stream, to really just so fuckingly destroy their, ruin their lives, you know, for fucking up everything else. I've got no respect for this industry, folks. I don't have any allegiances to the companies that build these dumb equipments. I used to be a Xerox fan primarily, but I also dabbled a bit in Konica Minolta and Canon, and now I just don't care anymore. I just couldn't give a stuff anymore what the industry thinks of me or what the industry does. The industry's just a load of shit. And this image is a load of shit too, folks. I'm having problems trying to make this image look good. And if I had artificial intelligence, I'd probably have an intelligent way of making these equipments behave themselves and make themselves more useful instead of all this shit. And really, it is shit, folks. It really is. This is bullshit technology. It's bullshit smoke and mirrors that they like to utilise to advertise, and that's all they do is advertise. And they don't advertise on TV much anymore. You don't see, very rarely do you see a photocopier commercial on television, but they do somehow get out there their materials and their shit, and they somehow make money out of it. And it really is annoying, and this is annoying the shit out of me, this colours that I'm getting. You know, like, I just wish I could change the software on this equipment. I wish I could just put in an app or something to change the way this equipment operates. And this is really clumsy. I just pressed that accidentally, and I don't like pressing that accidentally. I get sick to seeing that button constantly. And you see that? Again, I just fucked it up. This stupid user interface really drives me fucking balmy. And it's balminess, it's silliness, it's fucking lunacy. And these bitches think their lunacy doesn't stink. And it does. Now I'm getting a bit lacking in concentration here, so I'm trying to work on something creative here, and this bitchery of software is just pissing me off. And it really is bitchery. And I'm really sick to fuck of what is available on this limited legacy software without AI driving it. And it really drives me nuts, folks. It really fucking drives me bloody balmy. Trying to manipulate this clumsy piece of shit kit. No, kids. No, kid, this is shit. No, it's shit, folks. I am not happy with this layout of features. I'm not happy I'm just not happy, folks. I'm not happy. But all I can do is critique at this stage. I cannot make a difference because I'm not in the industry. And the industry wouldn't welcome my type of person there. They wouldn't. I know they wouldn't. I know the kind of mean-spirited types that are attracted to this dumb industry. And it is a dumb industry. Face it, folks, it's no longer interesting anymore. There's no more interesting people and no more interesting products. The types of people we need in the industry have since been kicked out since around 1997, 1998. They were known as toner heads. Toner heads is in the ink that goes in, the dry powder, toner. And they were legendary. Even though they didn't have artificial intelligence or any of that shit driving their equipment, at least, this is on light, at least they made efforts to make interesting features, which you have here now, these legacy software, and that's what it is now. It's just legacy, but back then it would have been cutting edge, and unfortunately they don't have any say anymore because pretty much they're no longer in the industry. I met one of them back in 2012, and he used to work for the likes of Canon and Xerox until he got kicked out. He got made redundant, as did a lot of his cohorts, and that's looking shit. That's looking shit, folks. See, you can't do much with this equipment. This software is so fucking clumsy and ungainly and so boring, so mind-numbingly, shittily boring. You just can't do much to really... It's like painting with a house brick, you could say. Someone told me that's what it's like to paint, to do art with a photocopier and an edit board instead of using a computer, and he's right. He was right. It's like painting with a house brick, and this is what it's like using what we have available here. It's really boring and frustrating, and I'm getting a bit guessy here. I'm guessing to make something look nice by just pressing buttons now. And I don't know if I'm going to get a really good result for this long demo, this prolongated demo. It's looking shit. The kid looks absolute shit. Looks terrible, folks. Looks terrible, folks. I'm getting really frustrated with this equipment. I'm getting pissed off with the way that it operates. I'm getting pissed off with the people that run the industry currently. I don't have any respect for the industry. I don't have any respect for the people in it now. The typical types of people that run it. I have no fucking respect. No care, no fucking... I have no revere. As I said, I don't care. I don't fucking align myself with any of the industry players anymore. I don't have any allegiance to the industry. I'm going to run it like this, I do think, even though it looks shit house. I don't have any allegiance anymore. I don't have any feelings for this dumb industry. I don't care anymore. I don't fucking have any... I just don't fucking care, folks. I really don't. I really have nothing in this industry turns me on anymore. Nothing of that type. I really have no care anymore. I fucking feel deflated at the whole industry, and all the features that we get are just the legacy software from previous iterations. And that looks shit house. It looks like a shiteration, more like it. I do think this version's better, even though that's more of a yucky yellow colour. I don't think dot matrix works well with this at the moment. I'm just improvising, folks. I'm bloody improvising, trying to make something out, pull something nice out of this piece of dum-dumism. And it's dum-dumism, it's fuck. It's just a load of fuck, folks. I don't have any respect. As I say, you don't see me revering this industry anymore. I don't have any fucking care anymore about the industry. And it looks like I'm not even caring about what's coming out of this damn piece of shit. This Konica Minolta lack of wizardry piece of shit. And it's a piece of shit, folks. I have no respect for it, except not to damage it. I'm not interested in damaging equipment just because I'm angry. I'm not interested in that primitivism that some enthusiasts might inflict on equipment because the equipment wasn't working up to scratch. because they get angry. They just get sheer blind rage, and this rage in some instances translates into damaging equipment, often intentionally, folks. But I'm not that kind of enthusiast. I'm not that kind of angry person that does that. I don't do that sort of shit. I don't destroy. I try to make, and I try to be creative as much as I can be with what I've got available with me. And this equipment is what I've got available. This is the technology of, well, it's old. It's 5 years old, just over 5. It's going to be made obsolete soon. And basically, yeah, it's not going to be worth anything to keep. And fuck, I just bumped again. I just have this habit of bumping these dumb buttons. But basically, I'm not happy with what I'm creating here, folks. Normally, I can get something good out of this, even though this equipment is shit. I can normally pull something out of it, but I'm not really doing a very good job at the moment. I might have to settle for shit, even though we're more than 26 minutes into this demo. This is near the most longest demo I've ever done. I may run out of batteries on this fucking phone before I'm finished. And that's come up looking quite interesting, considering. I think we're going to leave it at that. And we're just going to run this demo as is. But this piece of equipment is shit. It represents past and... it does. It represents the old days. But the old days can't go on forever. We've got to progress with AI. We've got to progress with making the hardware last 60 years instead of 5 years or whatever time it normally lasts. And we've got to make the environment a cleaner and greener place. We've got to use more recycled materials rather than virgin or non-recycled or mined materials. We've got to use more recycles. We've got to clean up the environment. We've got to clean up the electronic waste dumps of the world. We can't keep dumping this shit in China and India and other places. We've got to fucking clean it up and clean it up and clean it up and keep cleaning it until we get fresh water and land that can be used for agriculture. And we got a lot of work to do, folks. And that's what I am going to do, folks. I will single-handedly do something nasty to this industry. I will destroy large parts of it. I'm adamant, folks. I'm willing to destroy the industry. I don't care anymore. I don't have any allegiance. I don't have any feelings. I don't have any care at all. I don't care. I don't care what they think of me. I don't care what I think of them. I do care what I think. I hate them, folks. Hatred is what I have for the industry. And it's an industry of hate. It's all about money. Doesn't matter anymore what comes out of this industry. These fuckwits don't care. And this is an interesting, crappy looking piece, but I think we can now finally call this drawn out demo quits.